This guy here is one of the top strikeout pitchers in all of baseball. Over 200 strikeouts on the season, and this day and age where we don't see pitchers go that deep into games and pitch well over 200 innings, that's saying something. This guy is on. It could be lights out and lots of Ks.
Gene Segura standing in. His past numbers with Steven Strasburg. He brings with him a .313 batting average. Forecast high calls for 80 degrees, but we're at 76 here at opening pitch. Lifted in the air out to center field. Eaton is after it. He tracks it down and makes the play to record the second out.
Batting third.
Striding in, Bryce Harper, and he's got that batting lineup near the 300 mark entering play. He's set and the pitch. On a less than impressive swing there to start the at-bat. It's 0-1. Fellas, the Nationals, as they take the field here today, they've had it going the last 10 games. They're 7-3 over that stretch, including a win last time out.
Yeah, Matty V, what we're seeing there as a team, D-Row, they're starting to put the gas pedal down right now. They're starting to get some length in this division.
Yeah, this team's playing well. They're playing with confidence. You can tell guys are walking to the plate with a swagger. Their pitchers are taking them out and executing pitches down and away. This is a good ball club.
In the dirt, but swung on and missed. Gomes gathers it. And the throw to first ends the inning. 3 down for Philadelphia. Now it'll be Washington's turn in a scoreless ball game. Aaron Nola is on the mound for game 2. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
Hey, Aaron Nola coming on, the pride and joy of Louisiana State University. Kind of a 4-pitch mix. Fastball, slider, curveball, and change. None of his pitches rate really on a scale of 10. None of them are 8s or 9s, but he's solid and he throws strikes. You'll know early if he's on, he'll induce a lot of ground balls.
Dan D-Row, these Phillies, as they begin play here today, they come in not exactly setting the world on fire as they've dropped 5 of their last 8 ball games.
Yeah, guys, yesterday's loss was a tough one. A 1-run loss. Hopefully they were able to just acclimate themselves to the city, get a chance to hit the streets, maybe regroup a little bit, and show up today ready to go.
Batting third.
Here now is Juan Soto. He carries the 8th best batting average in the National League entering play. And a ball 1-0. And there is our officiating crew in this one, calling balls and strikes, Mr. Freddie Ferguson.
You know, this is one of the guys behind the dish, Freddie Ferguson, Dan.
Well, the play's been made, and that retires the side. So nothing. And now it'll be the cleanup spot for the Phillies. JT Realmuto. He enters this one second in the National League round trip category.
You know, Matty, when I think of this guy, I think of damage. Near the league leaders in RBIs as well, D-Row.
That's the stat that I think gets overlooked so much in today's game. I remember back to Chipper Jones. He used to say, how many biscuits can you put in a basket? Runs and ribbies. And he certainly has a knack for being able to drive in that big run.
Here it comes, 0-2.
Interesting pitch selection right there, in off the plate. Not too many pitchers in the game want to go in there and risk hitting the guy and letting him get on first base free of charge.
And a good curveball gets him swinging for route number 1.
My man on the mound has just got great strikeout stuff working for him these days. Looking back at his last start, he racked up 9 Ks, and now he's looking like he could put up similar numbers in this one.
So now to the plate, Didi Gregorius. And the home-away splits tell us he's actually quite a bit better hitting on the road than he is at home. Here's the 0-1. Well hit, but right into the teeth of the shift. And he'll step on first himself for the out. Next to bat will be Rhys Hoskins. He's definitely a long ball threat, currently 3rd in the National League in that category.
You know, D-Row, we're into the summer right now. This guy's power's been off the charts. Looks like he's going to be able to do this all season long.
I think he is, Dan, and the ball's going to start flying now. Weather's starting to warm up in certain parts of the country. We're getting into the middle, late part of summer. You're going to see some epic home runs down the stretch.
Glove by Castro. Throw in time, and the side is retired. Phillies down in order. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. Last half of the second set to go, and stepping up as the shortstop, Trey Turner. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Strike swinging, timing a little off on that one. Pulls this one in the air out to left. After it is McCutchen. He gets to it and makes the catch for the first out.
Batting fifth, the right fielder, Eric.
Stepping up now, Eric Thames. He's back in the starting lineup for this one after sitting out last night's game. Sends that one out of play for strike one. On its way, the 0-1 pitch.
0-1.
Changed up on him and dropped it in for a called strike. Nola is what you may call a stingy starting pitcher. He rarely gets hit around, and on top of that, he usually excels at limiting free passes. A great combination to have.
Matty V, I think one of the keys to being a good starting pitcher, one, limiting the number of pitches that you throw into a game, and two, getting outs as quickly as you can. And there aren't too many guys that do it better than this guy. Not a lot of pitches. One of the things I like, he's in attack mode from the first pitch of every at bat.
4 foul balls in this AB. Pitcher cannot find anywhere to go to put this guy away.
So he gets the swinging strikeout on the changeup. Eric Thames goes down for the second out in the bottom half. And he misses inside with that one. Ball one. And a strike to even the count. 1-1. Still looking for our first hit in the ball game. And they'll go off speed here as this pitch misses. It's 2-1. Got a piece. It's 2-2. Breaking ball stays high and misses for a ball. Popped him up. Bohm shading to his right. He makes the play, and that'll end the inning. 3 up, 3 down for Washington. We'll move to the third.
Back now in Washington, D.C., home of the Nationals, who have certainly treated these fans to some impressive pitching so far this year. At the start of the day, they have the highest strikeout total in the entire league and one of the best team ERAs. So it's no surprise some of the pitchers I talked to were proud of what they've accomplished and confident in what they're capable of. Despite the success, they explained how they really try to push each other to get better every day. As one of them put it, "We have amazing stuff on this pitching staff, just look at all the strikeouts. But we take pride in continuing to get better as a unit every single day." It sounds like they're always trying to stay one step ahead of the hitters, guys.
All right, Heidi, thank you. He's set. Here it comes. Chopped toward the second baseman. Knee high, he barehands it. He's out. Stepping into the box, Adam Hazley, and he'll be looking to change his fortunes in this one. He's seen his numbers take a bit of a dive in recent action. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. High in the air out to center field. Eaton is under it. He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are 2 away.
Batting done.
Stepping up to the plate, Aaron Nola. This guy's still looking at a 0 in the hit column. First delivery to him on the way. And he gets him to pop it up on the right side of the infield. Zimmerman is there, and they go down in a hurry here as his side is quickly retired. Phillies down on just 4 pitches. Home half of the third coming up. No score. Here's the catcher, Yan Gomes. 7, 8, and 9 to start the home third.
Not much going on offensively so far for these guys. 6 up, 6 down. We'll see if the bottom part of the lineup can get something going.
Well, the home crowd seems a little restless, so I'm sure they'd appreciate it. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And the knuckle curve that time. Got him swinging, and that's the first out.
Well, we're all hearing his name in the Cy Young Award discussions at this point in the season. It's pretty hard to argue against it when you watch him dominate a guy on 3 pitches and send him packing without much problem.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And he struck him out as well. So the bottom of the order providing little resistance here, and there are 2 away. So bases are empty here with 2 gone, and that'll bring up the pitcher, Steven Strasburg. Not even close on that swing. No balls and a strike.
Man, that's 7 straight strikes to start this inning. He's got a chance at an immaculate inning.
Now a swing and a fly ball. Harper on the run. He's got it. A great running play, and that'll retire the side. Make it 9. Now to the plate, Alec Bohm. Back to the top of the lineup as they're still looking for their first base runner in this one.
No doubt about that, Ned. They've yet to figure this guy out on the mound. He's looked great so far.
He has, but we'll see if this second trip through the order changes anything.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what kind of adjustments these hitters are able to make in the middle innings of this game.
Curveball, swing and a miss, and he's behind in the count 0-2.
Man, if I'm on the mound right now, these guys are swinging at everything. Just want to try and paint the corners.
A pause and the 0-2. And that's a swinging strike 3 in the dirt. Gomes has it. The throw to first is in time, 1 down. So the bases are empty with 1 man gone. And that'll bring in Gene Segura. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Hit hard towards center. And the Phillies are into the hit column.
That's got to be frustrating for the pitcher right there. He's well aware of who's having great seasons and who's having the tough seasons at the plate for the opposition. This guy put him in the tough season bucket, and he just gave up a knock to him.
And Bryce Harper will dig in at the plate as he pops the first pitch foul behind the plate. Comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ballgame. Check swing here as they'll appeal it down to Eric Summersgill at third, and he says no swing, so it's ball 1. Here's the 1-1. Yanked fouled off to the right.
You can definitely tell with that foul off right there that he's picking up spin on this pitcher's off-speed stuff. Maybe expect a fastball on this next one.
And a wild pitch here as this one's to the backstop. But it won't skip away far enough for the runner to advance. Pitching has the upper hand early as we're scoreless in inning number 4. And the runner back easily. Good eye to lay off the slider there, and he works it to full 3-2 here.
Not a bad time right here to put that runner in motion. 3-2 count. You send the runner, and if it's a bad pitch, it's ball 4.
Working for the punch out and the offering. And oh, a big rip at the curveball, but he didn't get it, and he becomes the second casualty of the inning. 2 are gone in the Philly 4th, and that brings up JT Realmuto. First pitch coming, here it is. High in the air, carrying well out to deep center. Eaton going back. See you later, over the wall, a home run. Two-run shot to straightaway center. Home run number 52 for him thus far, as the Phillies have taken a 2-0 lead.
Well, he hit a homer last night, too, so it's obvious that he's in a groove right now. My advice to this staff, don't give him anything he can extend his arms on. You do, and he's going to make you pay for it, just like he did.
Up next for Philadelphia, the shortstop.
Here's Didi Gregorius. Hit hard down the right field line, but a foul ball. And right into the shift. Zimmerman has it, and he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. But the fighting strike for a pair, both coming on this two-run home run. Bottom of the fourth coming up. It's now 2-0 Philly. Ready to go in the bottom of the fourth. And that'll give way to the veteran second baseman, Howie Kendrick. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Strike one to start the at-bat. The 0-1 delivery. Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike two. High in the air down the right field line. Harper is over near the stands as he makes the catch for the first down. Well, it's still early, but it's also worth noting that he'd be in line for the win if this keeps up as we take a look at the league leaders in games won this season. And as you can see there, he in fact leads the NL in that category. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Adam Eaton stands in as he looks at a called strike.
That's a pitch he'd like to have back. You're not going to see very many pitches like that from a pitcher of this quality. I'm sure he'd like to have that one back to take a swing at it.
And here's a changeup in there for a called third strike, and that's the second out of the inning.
This guy is really locked in on the bump right now. He's just playing good old-fashioned hardball right now, just rearing back and letting it go. And it seems like this lineup, they don't have an answer for anything he's bringing so far.
Juan Soto started to go around, but it's a called strike, 0-1. And now pitch on the way. And there's the first hit of the game for the Nats.
Hey guys, he's lucky he's getting this baseball back. He hung that middle of the plate. The batter's eyes lit up and he was able to put good wood on it.
Here now is Trey Turner as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike one.
One of the biggest factors on how long you're going to go with a start is how many first pitch strikes you throw. 80% usually means you're going to have a pretty good day, and that's on the menu so far.
Out in front of that one, but he stays alive and will do it again on 0-2. And there's a base hit on the line.
Hey, after that hit right there, Dero, that extends his hitting streak to 6 games.
Yeah, no doubt about it. 6 days in a row with knocks will help you sleep better at night, Dan.
Stepping in now, Eric Thames. Popped him up. And he'll get under it to put it away in foul territory, and that ends the inning. Nats leave a pair. They're still down. It's 2-0. And that'll bring up the Sacramento product, Rhys Hoskins. He'll start off the 5th in this one. Oof, looks like he's chasing butterflies with that swing. It's 0-1.
Woo, that was an ugly swing. If I'm pitching right now, I'm throwing that same pitch again. That was ugly.
Oh, and this at-bat is quickly moving from bad to worse. It's 0-2 now.
So he goes back-to-back with the same pitch and got him to chase it both times. He's clearly not picking up that pitch very well.
So he was confident doubling up. Does he triple up on it?
It's always tough to go back-to-back-to-back. It's not a good idea to show a good hitter the same pitch 3 times in a row.
So one away here with the bases empty, and that'll bring up the former National League MVP, Andrew McCutchen. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Oh, 1. Here's the pitch. Fooled with the curveball there, and it's strike 2. McCutchen, or just Kutch as he's frequently referred to, he was selected in the first round back in 2005.
Yeah, Matty, they certainly got it right when they drafted this guy. He has turned himself into an absolute superstar. Everybody knows this guy's name, and kids are buying his jerseys.
And indeed, the throw will finish him off as they get the put out at first, and there are 2 away now. Into the box now, Adam Hazley will attempt to put the ball in play for a change here with the first 2 guys going down on strikes to start the inning. And that misses, ball 1. That evens it up 1-1. Here's the pitch. Lifted down the line in left. And that will end up a foul ball.
He's got that certainly timed up now. I'd be shocked if the pitcher goes to the well 3 times in a row with off speed.
Nope. That misses, and we're even at 2-2.
He might have to look for a different way to put this guy away on 2-2. He's already seen the curveball a couple of times, so he might be looking for it.
Trying to strike out the side. Here it is. Swinging a ball hit on the ground. Off balance throw gets him. Nice play there as the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down for Philadelphia as they're unable to add to their 2-0 lead. Welcome back for the bottom of the 5th. Here's Heidi Watney.
Thanks, Matt. I talked with Nationals manager Dave Martinez between innings, specifically about his club's offense to this point. And he told me the quality of their swings needs to improve as the game moves forward. He said they're searching for ways to drive the ball with some authority because it's just not happening for them today. They haven't gotten an extra base hit yet, so it's been a real struggle getting guys into scoring position. But the key, he said, is not to panic. Sometimes you just have to fight through the downturns and keep your focus and energy high.
All right, thanks, Heidi. Behind 0-2 now. Change up, and he ain't buying it. 1-2.
Step out of the box, take a deep breath. After spitting on that changeup, you might have bought yourself a fastball.
Fouled off. He'll try again. 1-2.
Ball inside.
This is a fun guy to watch when he's up there. Really battles. Doesn't take any pitches off. He's a grinder. Always seems to make it difficult on the opposing pitcher.
And he tries to get him to reach for it, but it stays outside. 3-2.
Great AB up until this point. A walk right here could really just infuse some confidence into this lineup.
And a good throw gets him. 1 gone. Ready for another chance. Yan Gomes looking to put the ball in play here. He went down on strikes in his first at-bat. Drops in a strike to start the at-bat. 0-1. This one is launched. Look at this. And that one is gone. So a solo shot here to left center field. 12 home runs for him now thus far. And the Nationals are on the board and trailing 2-1 now.
That bomb didn't tie things up, but they're only down 1 right now and feeling pretty good they can come back.
Here's Ryan Zimmerman now.
Now batting.
Hit in the air down the right field line. But this is just going to wind up being a foul ball. Into the windup, here comes the 0-1.
Nope, up there.
Hit out towards second. And Zimmerman has a base hit.
There's a hard hit ground ball. Pitcher not able to get a glove on it. Hard single up the middle.
Yeah, watch your lips right there, Dan. Sent it back right where it came from.
Steven Strasburg shows bunt on the first pitch, but he pulls it back 1-0. And he'll try to bunt that man to second, but this one kicks foul. Bunt attempt is popped into foul ground, and he'll lunge out of the crouch to make the play for out number 2. Back to the top of the order now, and stepping in is the second baseman, Howie Kendrick. 1-0 the count. 2-0.
It's a lot easier to hit when you're putting yourself in good hitters' counts. This guy's done a great job not swinging at pitchers' pitches, and when he's getting the ball in his zone, he's getting the barrel to it. He's been hot lately.
Sent on the ground out to second. They'll whip this one to first in time, and that ends the inning. Nats draw just a bit closer. Next up will be the Phillies pitcher, Aaron Nola. He'll start things out against Steven Strasburg as we get the inning underway. Swinging a soft liner, a diving effort here as he gets a glove on it. And not really much of a chance to recover there as he'll reach first on what undoubtedly will be scored as an infield single.
You know, D-Row, it's not very often that pitchers are able to get some base hits. Even though that's an infield knock, he'll take that every day of the week.
Are you kidding me? From a defensive standpoint, this is rock bottom. I mean, the pitcher is beating out infield singles. What else is next?
Soto arranged to his left as he tracks this one down in left center for the first out. And that'll bring up Gene Segura. 1 for 2 on his line so far in the game. From the stretch. This is in the air out to straightaway center. And there's out number 2 as this is taken in shy of the track, and the runner will have to retreat. Ready once again, Bryce Harper. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. Here comes the first pitch. Now started to go down after it, and he couldn't hold back. It's strike 1.
Boys, we see the pitch count. It's hard to remember the last time we saw a guy pitch this efficiently.
Hey, this guy has really been attacking the zone, and this lineup has been more than happy to swing at a lot of pitchers' pitches so far.
Two-strike pitch from Strasburg. And he struck him out, his 7th of the ball game, and that ends the inning. 1 left for Philadelphia as they're unable to add to their 2-1 lead. In now is Adam Eaton, and at this point of the game, I think it's clear that the plan of attack against the top of the order has worked.
When you've only surrendered 1 hit to the top 3 guys in the order up to this point in the game, you know you're doing something right, Matt. You're spot on. Whatever they discussed coming into this game has worked out beautifully.
Juan Soto is in now as he watches a pitch for ball 1. High in the air out to center field. Hazley is there, 2 gone. A speedy Trey Turner digs in now. A hit and 2 tries for him so far. In there at the knees, strike 1. Set up away with the changeup, but it's 1-1. The pitch. A ball and 2 strikes, the count now with the bases empty and 2 away.
I mean, you look in the dugout right now, you see steam coming at it.
A swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that will do it. Gone in order. They still trail it here 2-1. So here's the cleanup hitter, JT Realmuto. He'll start the 7th, and Dan, as a former pitcher yourself, you must be enjoying this. Lots of good pitching and defense today.
Well, that's one of the keys. We're seeing a lot of strikes. We're seeing a lot of swings. We're seeing some great plays on defense. This has been a snappy one up to this point.
Ready with the 0-1 pitch. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Eaton is under it. Looks it into his glove, and there's 1 gone.
Next for Philadelphia.
Digging in to try it again, Didi Gregorius. No hits to this point. First offering on its way. Started to go around there, but he holds up ball one. We're in the 7th inning now of a pitcher's duel. 2-1 our score. And he fouls this one off. A 1-1. There's a swing and a high deep drive headed for the right field corner.
But this one will bend foul. Had plenty of distance though as it landed in the upper deck.
The 1-2 is a swing and a miss. That's strike 3.
I think that curveball is a big reason why he's able to turn things around in this start after a rough beginning. It's got some good bite to it. So that tells me he's doing a nice job of snapping it off out front. Really finishing that pitch like you're supposed to.
Into the box, Rhys Hoskins. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one. Here comes the 1-0. 1-1 the count now. 2 runs, 3 hits, and no errors on the ledger for the Phillies to this point. And a curveball's by him that time as he falls behind now 1-2. And he's got himself another one as he picks up strikeout number 9 here, and the side is retired. Phillies down in order. Last half of the 7th here, and in steps the lefty power threat Eric Thames.
This thing's far from over, even though we're moving into the back end of this game. Only down by 1. All they need to do is get this leadoff guy, and they're an extra base hit away from tying this thing up.
1-1 the count. Here it comes. Grounded up the first baseline, but a foul ball. 1-2 now. Swung on, and this ball is absolutely crushed. Forget about it. And as Nationals fans have heard before, see you later.
Big time at bat right there. Team trailing, and he ties it up with a bomb. Interested to see how this one finishes out.
Starlin Castro is in for the 3rd time now as he takes a called strike. It's 0-1. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. And that misses 1-1. Action now in the Washington bullpen as a right-hander begins to get loose. A ball and 2 strikes now. Bases are empty here, nobody out. Hot shot down the line. A dive, but it's off his glove. And he won't risk the long throw across. He'll hang on to it. It's an infield single.
Danny, I know that's not the execution he was looking for right there. That batter's eyes lit up on that pitch.
Not a real good changeup. One of the things, Mark, this pitcher will do, he'll use that changeup like most pitchers will use the curveball. His changeup is that good. That one wasn't, though.
2 balls and a strike now. Go-ahead runs aboard here at first with nobody out, and it's fouled away. And he struck him out, so he's down on strikes for the 2nd time this afternoon. So stepping in, Ryan Zimmerman. 1 in, 1 out, and 1 on here in the inning. 1 ball, no strikes to count. Zimmerman now waiting the 1-0. Possible go-ahead runs on first, 1 away. Fly ball out to straightaway right. Harper has a read on it. 2 down. Josh Harrison will come on to pinch hit here in a big spot. In there, 0-1. The average for him at 267 on the year. Still without a home run and an even 20 RBIs.
Hey, down in the count 0-2, I'd like to see a little choke and poke right.
And we'll have to leave it there as this is strike 3, and that will retire the side. But the Nationals are... Start of the 8th on its way, but first Heidi Watney standing by with this report.
Matt, I talked with Philadelphia's manager during the break about the Phillies' offensive production to this point. And one thing he mentioned to me was the lack of discipline he's seeing out of their at-bats right now. He said they've been chasing at pitches out of the zone all game, which obviously doesn't usually lead to good results. Until they start being more selective with their swings, he said they will continue to struggle.
Thank you, Heidi. Will Harris has been summoned from the bullpen as he'll do so to start the 8th.
McCutcheon.
0-1, here's the pitch. A swing and a shot hit down the corner. And that nearly broke our tie, but instead it's a foul ball. Swung on in the dirt for the 3rd strike. Gomes gathers it. A throw down to first, 1 away. And I thought this might happen based on how close that play was. They're looking at the replay in order to make a decision on challenging the out call on the field. At the plate now, Adam Hazley. A swing and a drive to center field. That one's got a chance. Just missed a home run to the deepest part of the yard. It's off the wall. McCutcheon rounds 3rd and is striding for home. He will score as it's now a 3-2 ball game.
Boy, those have to feel really good, D-Row. You get late in the game, you come up with a big RBI base hit right here to give your team the lead.
Yeah, no one remembers that ground ball with eyes in the top of the 2nd inning. You want to show up when the game is on the line. Can you quiet your emotions down, take the crowd out of it, and slow yourself down enough to come through? And that's exactly what he did.
The average entering play at 301. 5 homers and a dozen RBIs. Here comes the 0-1. Now a flare out toward right center. Here comes the right fielder. He can't get to it. This one's down. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
Well, that's what's so disappointing as a pitcher, D-Row. You make a really good pitch, and yet this guy's so big and so strong, he's able to muscle it into right field for a base hit.
Yeah, you hand your batting gloves to the first base coach right there, and you think,
oh, meanwhile, how about that for a play? Laying out to take away a hit. Wow.
Oh, and a highlight reel catch there, no doubt. He laid out to sacrifice his body, brought it in, and secured it all the way to the ground. You know his pitcher really appreciates an effort like that.
Left center, base hit. Hazley is on his way home. He comes across to score as they push the lead to 4-2.
Dan, that's a huge insurance run right there. Has to feel good as a hitter right there to not only get a ribby knock, but to give your team a little bit of breathing room.
It does, and it makes your pitcher go out there with a little bit more free and easy frame of mind instead of going in a one-run game where every pitch is so important. You're one pitch away from a solo tying the game up. That's not the case now.
Daniel Hudson gets the call as he'll pitch with 1 gone in the top of the 8th. Comes set with the 0-1. Hit high and deep out to left. Back on it is the left fielder. Still going back. Gone! A 3-run homer here for Bryce Harper. Home run number 55 on the campaign, and the lead is now 7-2.
Oh, man, he got hurt. His 2nd pitch since coming in, and he serves one up. A reliever's worst nightmare and a big confidence boost to the lineup. Let's see if he can rebound.
JT Realmuto will stand in again as we flash you back here to the 4th inning. This was a 2-run home run that was definitely one of the big blows of the ball game to this point. Pitch on the way. Got him to go up the ladder there for strike 1. Some action out in the bullpen. Couple of right-handers starting to loosen up. 7 runs, 8 hits, and no errors on the ledger for the Phillies to this point. Realmuto behind with an 0-2 count now.
Go to that well one more time. He's been late on the first 2.
And a wave and a miss on a ball that was way out of the strike zone. There are 2 away now. And there are the final numbers for the Washington starter. Great day's work any way you look at it.
Well, this is one of those as a pitcher where you don't get rewarded for pitching well. He threw the ball great in this one. Didn't get much run support. He's in line for the loss, and he deserves a much better fate. He threw the ball pretty well in this one.
And that'll get down out there near the wall. And he'll coast into second here with a 2-out double.
Some guys just lay back and watch that first pitch go by no matter what. Work the count, make the pitcher waste a few pitches. But when he serves up a fastball like this on the first pitch, it's hard not to go after it. And that's just what he does. He jumped all over it.
Rhys Hoskins swings and misses there, so he's down 0-1. From the belt, kicks and deals. Got him. And that's the 3rd time we've written a K next to his name in this one. But not before 5 crossed the plate with the big blow. Number 96 enters from the bullpen to do the pitching.
Number 96.
No balls and a strike to count. Kendrick waiting, now the pitch. Big curveball right down the middle for strike number 2.
I know to the fans that probably looked like something good to hit, but unless you're sitting breaking ball right there, I don't care if it's middle of the plate. That's a tough pitch to pull the trigger on.
And that's out number 1.
Now batter, the center fielder,
Adam Eaton digging in next. Runs up and gets this one down. Throw to first will get him as they pounce on it quickly to snuff out the bunt attempt. Juan Soto to the plate now. 2 away here in the 8th, and time's running out on him, Danny.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of outs left to work with, so it's time for someone to make something happen if they're going to get back into this thing.
A ball and a strike now. The set and the 1-1 pitch. Popped him up. Real Muto has a play. He makes the play, and that'll end the inning. When we return, it'll be Andrew McCutchen to start things out. We've played 8 full. It's the Phillies 7 and the Nationals 2. Tanner Rainey enters from the pen to start the 9th inning as he'll try to keep the score right where it is heading to the bottom of the 9th. Here comes the first pitch. Andrew McCutchen is in to start things out as he swings and misses at that one at strike 1.
It's becoming more and more common in today's game to see relievers like this that can run it up there close to 100 miles per hour. But it's so fun to watch it. He blew it right by him there.
Behind 0-2 now. Struck him out. Struck him out again, I should say. His 3rd punch out of the game. At the plate, Adam Hazley. He came through with an RBI single in his last at-bat.
Adam Hazley.
He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Fouled away. The 0-1 pitch. Got him to go after that one, and he's in a quick hole, 0-2.
88 on a changeup? I remember when an 88-mile-an-hour fastball wasn't all that bad. Man, the game's changing.
To 1-2 now. Here it comes. A swing and a miss for out number 2, and a ball he had no chance of making contact with.
No problems for him on the mound since he's come out of the pen to start this inning. That's back-to-back Ks, and he's making it look pretty easy. This has the makings of a good outing so far.
Jay Bruce will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher. And this will be fouled away. Two out, nobody on. And Bruce can't come up with that one as he swings through it for strike two. And now pitch on the way. Fouled off.
He got a mistake right there, but missed it. Can't foul that pitch off in a big spot. 0-2 count. Hader caught too much of the zone.
Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch. And he fouls this one off. Good swing on a tough pitch, and he'll stick around to see another one.
Hey, 3 foul balls in a row right here, searching for that put-away stuff.
The 0-2 once more. And there's strike 3, so we'll see now if they can manage to hold on to this. David Robertson, the 5'11" right-handed reliever, enters to take over on the mound now. Digging in, Trey Turner. He'll be the one to start things out against David Robertson, who tries to close the door in this one. Comes set, and the 0-1 is in there for the second strike. Popped him up. Real Muto over to his left. Looks it into his glove, and there's one gone.
That's exactly what they wanted out of that pitch up in the zone. They took him up the ladder, and he couldn't get up to it. So that was an easy pop-out. Well-executed pitch there.
Eric Thames is at the plate now as he looks at strike one. He turns on it and sends it deep down the line in right. Gone into the home bullpen for a home run. Here's Starlin Castro. As he'll take a look at ball one. Called strike at the knees. Evens the count at 1-1. Ripped down the first base line. But this will get foul. It's a ball and 2 strikes. Line towards center field. And that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit.
Now batting, catcher.
Striding in now for the Nats, Yan Gomes is working on a 1-for-3 thus far. And that's through for a hit. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
Now batting.
All you can ask as an offense is to try and get that tying run in the batter's box. And they've started out nicely right here. They've gotten 2 runners on. They're down 4. A grand slam is still in play. Let's see if they continue this nice offensive approach.
Behind 0-2 now. Hit the other way out toward right field. Harper has a read on it. 2 gone. Kurt Suzuki will grab a bat and hit for the pitcher here. Hit hard, but this will be a foul ball. Now a swing and a ground ball. This should do it. Throw on to second for the force, and the ball game is over.
You might think it's just another win, but it's awfully hard to win in this game, especially on the road. But they find a way to get it done, and they should be very happy with this performance.
And this afternoon's game ends.